So here the chapter light. Once again we are going to discuss the chapter because in the earlier classes also from class 6, 7th, 8th, in all the classes you studied about this chapter light. So it means you know some fundamental things about this light. The fundamental things that maybe it's what is light, what are the properties of light, and what happens when the light strikes any surface. These all the fundamental things we discussed in the earlier classes. That's why in this chapter we are going to move further. So again, just I repeating quickly that what the light is. It is a form of energy which gives the sensation of vision or sensation of sight. That is light. And in this, when light strikes any surface, suppose this is a surface. The surface may be any kind. It may be transparent or opaque. If light from any source strikes the surface, then three things are happening. That light may pass through it. That light may be absorbed by it. That light may be sent back into the same site. That depends whether it transmits through the surface, whether it is absorbed, whether it is sending back into the same side. That depends on the nature of surface. For in this chapter, we need that the surface should be completely opaque or completely transparent. On the basis of that properties, we are going to discuss about the light. This the first property that we are going to discuss what the light is, that is reflection. That whenever any light from any source strikes any opaque surface, this is opaque surface, light cannot pass through it. If light from any source strikes this surface, definitely it's sent back into the same side, then we say the light is reflected. So reflection, the process, the phenomenon of sending back of light by any surface into the same side, that is known as reflection. In the earlier classes, we discussed many things about reflection by mirror. Reflection taken place by all surfaces around us. Because every surface, that every opaque surface reflect the light. And in this, along with this reflection, we need that formation of image also. We need the formation of image. Because the reflection taken place from all the surfaces. But the image is not formed by all the surfaces. To form the image by the reflection from a surface, to form the image, the nature of surface should be highly polished and smooth. This must be the basic nature of that surface to form the image. And in more, we discussed that type of image also. Type of image, there are two types of images. Real image and virtual image. These are the two types of images. And we know about the difference between these two also. And further, we have discussed the things about the image formation by any surface, especially the mirror. Mirror, there are different types of mirror. If we classify the mirror, mirror is simply a surface that is highly polished and smooth. If we classify the mirror, first of all, it is plane and spherical. Spherical. And the spherical mirror is also further classified into two parts. One is concave, the other is convex. And these mirrors are represented diagrammatically. The plane mirror is represented by drawing the line, straight line, and putting some obliques on one side. The concave mirror is having the surface like this. Convex mirror, this is the convex mirror. And all the mirrors are having two sides. One is polished side, another one is reflecting side. The side on which the obliques are placed, that is polished side. Polished side or surface. The other side is reflecting side. This is reflecting. The same thing is applicable for all these mirrors. To form the image by these mirrors, we must put the object on the reflecting side, because on the polished side, after polishing the surface, one more opaque coating is also made. That's why this side become opaque. So the light will be reflecting from the reflecting side only, so that the object is placed on the reflecting side only. Now you will see that how the image is formed by these spherical mirrors, because the plane mirror, the details of plane mirror has been discussed in the earlier classes. So we'll go through the spherical mirror. What actually the spherical mirror is? Spherical mirror. Spherical mirror, it is a mirror, but it is formed from a hollow sphere. So we can say it is the part of a hollow sphere. Suppose we take a hollow sphere. It is a hollow sphere, and in this, the hollow sphere has two surfaces, inside inner surface and outer surface. Any one of the surface is polished. Let us take the outer side is polished. Outer side is polished. And then if we cut some part of this hollow sphere, suppose we are cutting this sphere from this part, and this small portion that we are getting, that is the concave mirror. So this concave mirror is part of this hollow sphere in which one side is polished, another side is reflected. So we can say spherical mirror is a part of a hollow sphere, with one side polished. On the other hand, the same hollow sphere, if the inner surface is polished, then if we cut, we get another kind of mirror, that is convex mirror. This is concave mirror and this is convex mirror. So the two mirrors are formed in this way. Then we can form the image by these two mirrors. To form the image by these two mirrors, we need some basic terms, that both these mirrors are having some basic terms. The basic terms are, suppose this is the mirror. We are taking concave mirror. This is the concave mirror. As I said earlier, concave mirror is the part of a hollow sphere. That means if I complete this part, it forms a hollow sphere. That every sphere is having center. This is the center of that sphere. And this mirror is part of this hollow sphere. Part of any sphere is known as curvature. So this up to this is the mirror. And this is the curvature. And for this curvature also the center point is located here. Let us take this center point as C. For the whole sphere it is the center, and for the curvature also this is center. Therefore we say this is center of curvature. It is center of curvature. So center of curvature is a point. It is represented by capital C. It is a point for the hollow sphere for which the mirror is a part. And then this is completely the mirror. That is concave mirror, spherical mirror. This mirror is also having some center point on its surface. On its surface, this is the center point of the mirror. And that point is known as pole. Then, if we join the center of curvature and the pole, it gives, for the whole sphere, it gives the radius. So that radius is also applicable for this curvature, for this mirror. We can say that line segment which joins the center of curvature to the pole is known as radius of curvature. It is radius of curvature. So radius of curvature represented by R.